Twilight draped the junkyard in heavy shadows. Rusted metal and broken glass lay scattered under a fading sky. A tiny puppy, barely 2 months old, limped through the gravel. His left paw dragged, pain flaring with each step. Something stirred ahead, faint and desperate. A worn wicker basket, discarded among the debris, rustled softly. The puppy froze, ears twitching at a weak whimper from within. His ribs pressed against matted fur, his body trembling. Yet his eyes locked on the basket, sensing a life fading inside. He gripped the basket's frayed handle in his jaws. It was heavy, scraping against jagged stones. Each tug sent sharp pain through his injured leg. The puppy whined, but refused to stop. A soft cry from the basket urged him forward. Gravel bit into his paws as he pulled. The basket snagged on a rusted pipe, forcing a hard yank. Dust swirled in the dusk, stinging his eyes. The faint whimper grew weaker, driving his small heart to beat faster. He dragged the basket inch by inch, limping over broken glass. Twilight deepened, shadows swallowing the path. Ahead, a lone figure moved slowly. An old woman, her lantern flickering, shuffled home, her face lined with solitude. The puppy staggered into her path, basket trailing. He summoned every ounce of strength, rising shakily on hind legs. His front paws pressed together, pleading. His dark eyes shone with urgency. The basket twitched faintly behind him. The old woman halted, her lantern trembling. "What is this, little one?" she whispered, kneeling. Her gnarled fingers touched the basket. A soft gasp escaped her lips. Inside lay a tiny kitten, curled tight, barely breathing. She lifted the kitten, its fur damp with cold. The puppy limped closer, whining softly. His nose nudged the kitten's frail form. The woman's heart sank at the sight. She could not leave them in the growing dark. In her small shack, lit only by lantern glow, she wrapped the kitten in a faded blanket. The puppy curled nearby, eyes fixed on his fragile friend. She warmed broth, coaxing drops into the kitten's mouth, but it turned away. Despair gripped her chest. The kitten's eyes were dull, its body limp. Then the puppy pressed his warm body against it, licking its tiny ears. A faint purr stirred. The woman's breath caught, tears brimming in her eyes. "You are keeping it alive," she whispered, voice trembling. The puppy stayed close, nuzzling gently. Slowly, the kitten opened its mouth, accepting a few drops of broth. The woman covered her mouth, overcome with quiet awe. Day after day, the two grew inseparable. The kitten would not eat unless the puppy lay beside it. They slept curled together, sharing warmth. The woman watched, her loneliness easing. Her dim shack felt alive with their presence. Word spread through the town like wildfire. A limping puppy had dragged a basket to save a life. Neighbors, once distant, knocked with blankets and food. The old woman's porch buzzed with voices, her solitude fading into memory. A child tossed a ball one morning. The puppy, his limp lessening, chased it with a clumsy bound. The kitten scampered after, its tiny paws pattering on the grass. Their playful dance drew smiles from neighbors gathered nearby. Weeks later, the junkyard shadows seemed far away. The puppy's fur grew soft, his ribs no longer stark. The kitten, now lively, pounced playfully in the woman's small yard. Her home echoed with their joyful energy. The woman sat on her porch, watching them. A smile, rare for years, warmed her face. The town spoke of a miracle, a puppy's courage sparking life and unity. Visitors brought toys, filling her once quiet space. To her, it was no miracle, but love. A limping puppy, barely surviving, refused to abandon another. His small act turned dusk into dawn, her empty shack into a home. Kindness, quiet and unexpected, changed everything. Thank you for watching this story of hope. Share it to spread the light of kindness. White heavy check mark.